Okay, if you're a parent, you know this feeling. It's that constant tightrope walk between wanting to trust your kid and, well, that deep, nagging need to make sure they're safe. It's a tough spot to be in, and honestly, a lot of the old advice just doesn't seem to cut it anymore.
So that's the million-dollar question, right? How do you protect them from the very real dangers out there without becoming a spy in your own home? How do you stay involved without completely wrecking the trust that makes them want to talk to you in the first place? Let's get into it.
For a long time, the answer from all the experts seemed pretty straightforward. The dominant idea was this thing called parental monitoring. And for decades, this was treated as the absolute gold standard for keeping kids, especially teenagers, on the straight and narrow.
And I mean, on the surface, it makes total sense, doesn't it? Just know where your kids are, know who they're with, and know what they're up to. The logic was simple. The more you know, the safer they'll be. It's a really appealing formula. But yeah, you guessed it, it's not that simple.
This is where that whole gold standard idea really starts to fall apart. See, the core idea that more tracking automatically equals more safety is just wrong. When your kid feels like they're being spied on, trust goes right out the window. And when that happens, they don't stop doing risky stuff, they just get a whole lot better at hiding it. So you end up knowing less than you did before. How crazy is that?
So when parents realize that this whole monitoring as spying thing isn't working, what happens? Well, the pendulum tends to swing, like, way over to the other side. And that's where we get what everyone now calls overparenting, or, yep, the classic helicopter parenting.
And look, the intentions here are 100% pure. Of course you want to help your child succeed. Of course you want to protect them from getting hurt. But the research is pretty clear. All of this well-intentioned hovering can seriously backfire. It can make adolescents feel anxious, incapable, and unable to solve their own problems. And that, ironically, just leads to more fighting at home.
So at this point, you might be thinking, okay, great, so my choices are to be a spy or a smothering helicopter. What am I actually supposed to do here? It feels like a lose-lose situation. But what if the real answer isn't a new set of rules, but a totally different way of thinking about it?
And this is the real game changer. The solution isn't about picking a side, detective or bodyguard. It's about cultivating a flexible attitude, a mindset that can actually adapt to whatever life throws at you and your kid.
And that mindset has a name: Vigilant Care. Now, it's really important to get this. This is not a rigid parenting style. It's a dynamic approach. It means you, the parent, learn to shift your level of attention based on the alarm signals you're getting or not getting. It's all about being responsive, not just reactive.
So how does this actually work? Well, it breaks down into 3 basic levels. Level 1 is open attention. Think of this as your default setting, just a warm, casual, caring interest in their life. Then there's level 2, focused attention. This kicks in when you see a yellow flag, a warning sign. You lean in a little closer to figure out what's up. And then you have level 3, protective action. This is your break glass in case of emergency level, for clear dangers that need you to step in right now.
All right, let's make this real. What does this look like day to day? We'll start with level 1, open attention. Let's meet Clara. Her 15-year-old Mira has started going to parties. You know, that classic moment that can send a parent's anxiety through the roof. But instead of laying down the law, Clara just starts a conversation.
Now listen to how she phrases this. It's brilliant. She says, "I'm not going to tyrannize you. I trust you." She's not grilling her. She's relating to her by sharing her own feelings from when she was that age. By doing this, she creates a space where Mira actually feels safe enough to open up. That's open attention in a nutshell.
Okay, but what happens when you get one of those alarm signals? Now let's meet Maurice. His son Gabriel has started blowing off his curfew again and again. This is a classic yellow flag. It's a signal that it's time to shift from level 1 up to level 2, focused attention.
And the key here, this is so important, is that Maurice explains why he's getting more involved. He's not just being random or controlling. He's connecting his new questions directly to Gabriel's actions. He's basically saying, hey, our deal has changed because your behavior has changed. That makes his attention feel justified, not just bossy.
And then there's level 3. This is for the really serious stuff, the immediate dangers. In this case, Shirley finds out her 11-year-old Eva didn't just lie about where she was. She also stole money to do it. Okay, this isn't a yellow flag anymore. This is a full-on 5-alarm fire.
And notice what she does and what she doesn't do. This isn't the time for a long talk or a debate. Her response is immediate and non-negotiable. She goes to the cinema, she finds Eva, and she brings her home.
The priority is to stop the dangerous situation right now. The big conversation about trust and consequences can happen later once her daughter is safe.
So when you put all three of these levels together, a picture starts to form, right? The goal of Vigilant Care isn't about controlling your kid. It's about being this steady, reliable presence in their life. It's about them knowing, deep down, that you're paying attention, that you care, and that you will absolutely step in and take action if they're in real trouble.
You know, there's this fantastic metaphor that just nails this whole concept. Think of yourself as an anchor with a really long rope. Most of the time, that long rope gives your kid all the freedom they need to explore, to move, to grow, to make mistakes. But that anchor, you, is always there holding firm, making sure that if they drift into truly dangerous waters, they'll be stopped before they get seriously hurt. And that's really what it all boils down to, isn't it? It's a huge shift in thinking, away from trying to gather intel and toward providing stability. It's the difference between lurking in the shadows and being a visible, reliable point of safety. So the question to ask yourself is this: are you parenting like a spy or an anchor?